Speaking of you two spending time together in the past couple of days, let's look ahead to round 5 now, and we'll start at Twickenham with a Calcutta Cup preview, which is brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, proud partner of Scottish and England rugby. And you guys brought the Calcutta Cup itself down, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We crossed the border. Hashtag crossing the border. Get it? KV, get it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See what they've done there.
2 days in a Mitsubishi Shogun Sport with Jim Hamilton. I mean, he's like every 5 minutes. He hasn't brushed his teeth.
It's protein, Goody, that
I
is.
just feel sorry for the Calcutta Cup in the back, to be honest.
It's protein.
Yeah, we drove it down. We had a few couple of fun days, didn't we?
Mate, we had a couple of great days. I refused. In fact, it feels really weird when I don't know if you've ever got out of the border. It's like a magnet, right? So you get pulled in the direction where your blood lies, basically. It's like a magnet. I felt, the minute I stepped over, I felt sick the minute I stepped over the border. I felt sick.
And he's lived in Scotland for 3 weeks. I mean, how deluded are you?
But speaking of where you're from, you took the Calcutta Cup to Cov. Is that the first time it's ever been to Cov?
I'd say so.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe we did turn up 2 hours late. The poor kids at Barker Butts, our old rugby club, were out there. Nothing we could do. We were delayed. Genuinely, someone had ran over a sheep. In the borders. Someone ran over a sheep. Yeah, in the borders, that's what happens. And they said the sheep was from Wales. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't see it. I didn't want to get into details about the sheep, but we were 2 hours delayed, and the poor kids were out, but they waited. I got a hero's welcome, you know. And then they thought I just brought my fat mate from from school, but it was actually Andy Good.
A little bit different. He's dressed in his skirt and his kilt, which I must say looked like my nan's curtains.
Some kid said, "Oh, what bum bag's that?" I was like, "It's not a bum bag. It's a bloody sporran."
He's just this fake Scottish guy rocking up. Yeah, no. So we did a load of content with John Bartley, didn't we, around Murrayfield? And there's all these pictures around Murrayfield of the legends that have played. The greats. Not one picture of Jim Hamilton, I might add. And he's like that, mate. 63 caps.
You didn't go in the changing room.
We did, mate.
No, you didn't.
John Bartley and I went in. We had a look round. Absolutely nothing. And then Jim's asking, Where's? He was asking the commercial director, "Where's the pictures of me?" Honestly. And
What did he say?
They just said you need to look in the changing room. It's the one as you walk out, which basically shows what it takes to
lose a game for Scotland.
Yeah, God, it's so horrible, mate. Did not know Calcutta Cup's from India. Apparently, well, I don't know whether it's from India, but there's snakes on there, and someone said that
The clue might be in the name.
what?
Calcutta. Do you know where that is?
Absolutely no idea.
The borders.
You can tell he's never won it, can't you? You can tell you've never won the Calcutta Cup. You
Goody's
don't know the
walking-
history of it.
Mate, Goody's walking around with this Calcutta Cup, like literally peacocking, belly hanging out everywhere, knockers down by the side of his knees, and he's walking around peacocking at Twickenham, and everyone's like, "Who's this fat bloke carrying this cup?" The security guard.
You were talking about taking selfies and peacocking. It seems Eddie Jones and the England players may not have forgotten the celebrations of last year in Edinburgh.
And rightly so. And I haven't forgotten them either, because Jim's been every week he's saying, "Oh, Scotland put 100 points on England." Well, it's coming home to roost, young James, isn't it?
I'll see what you've done there.
It's coming home to
It's a
roost.
Peacock
Well,
roost.
yeah.
And Eddie's borrowed another phrase from you guys as well, hasn't he? He says we can't let them pull our pants down.
Well, he basically said that Scotland pulled England's pants down at Murrayfield last year, and he phoned me actually and said he listens to the pod, he loves it. You know, he's not going to pick Cipriani because we talk him up too much. But, you know, it just proves, Paul Gustard said it on Sunday as well, that Quins had their pants pulled down by Gloucester. So
I mean, I've never heard more of the truth spoken.
they didn't go into the far reaches of Jim's mind and talk about pants on the head, skid marks on the outside, the dogs in the dog's mouth, out the dog's mouth, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean,
It shows, doesn't it, how in a year, and we can have a crack about it and talk about the dominance that Scotland had in last year's game and the year. I've just had a great year. It's been a great year for me. It really has. And did we over celebrate? You're bloody right we did. Did Goody wear a kilt down Prince's Street? You're bloody right he did. Was it like zombie apocalypse on the street? Yes, it was. Are the boys absolutely fucked off the back of it now? Yes, they are. Because they've got loads of injuries and they did over celebrate. And I'm so scared. I'm so worried.
well, you've been saying, "Oh, we put 100 points on you, then it's 80, then
Well,
it's 60,
I
then
think
it's 50."
it was 30, wasn't it? I
What-
don't know. Goody.
Whatever it is, there's, you know, you look at the game now, and two of the big losses for me, loads of injuries for Scotland, but
Yeah,
two of the
there
big
is.
losses, John Barclay and Ryan Wilson, who were huge in that game last year. Probably Scotland's two best players on the day. I know Finn Russell played well, Hugh Jones did well as well. The names that are missing for Scotland, they haven't got hope in hell of winning this game, and I don't mean that to be too arrogant, too disrespectful. They've not won a game at Twickenham against England since 1983, 36 years. Jim was in nappies. Jim was just born.
I weren't in a nappy. I was out of a nappy after a month, mate.
You know, it's going to be horrendously difficult for them. You know, England they've not forgotten that. Eddie Jones is ramping it up in the press, but just imagine what he's saying. I bet he's gutted actually Ryan Wilson isn't playing, because Ryan Wilson started the scrap in the tunnel, didn't he?
The England boys hate him. Absolutely hate him.
Yeah. He's a good lad, though.
Oh, he's a top lad. He's a top lad. He loves the crack as well. You look at it frankly, and again, I don't want to keep talking about the injuries, but I think Scotland put in a performance, you know. I think they'll surprise a few people. Goody thinks they're going to get tanked. 50? No, I reckon it's going to be closer than that, you know. I just think that almost a little bit overconfident, the English players maybe. And I've just got a feeling.